Vanny, bring me everyone.
What do you mean, everyone?
Everyone! I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe?
Let me explain something to you. I am not Mr. Lebowski. You're Mr. Lebowski. I'm the dude.
No one is to stone anyone until I blow this whistle.
You can't fight in here. This is the war room.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Lord, you can imagine where it goes from here.
3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome back to Zedos Game Podcast. I am Joseph Buchanan.
And I'm Sacha Allari.
Okay, this week's show we're going to be talking about films and stuff, film news that happened this week in the world of film. And we'll start off with, we weren't going to talk about Blade Runner, but in terms of the films coming out this month, what are you looking forward to the most out of the upcoming films? So you've got, let's say, you got Thor, you've seen Blade Runner already, Star Wars.
That's not out this month.
No, it's in the coming months.
Oh, in the coming months. In the coming months.
In the next few months. So the last quarter of the year.
I'm looking forward to see Blade Runner again on a bigger screen.
Mm-hmm.
They fucked it up at my place, man.
Of course they did.
No, yeah, but you know what? I found out. I'm not going to advertise which site or whatnot because I shouldn't be saying that. But I tell you what, though, screen one, avoid, because I've been told that's the one that keeps messing up.
Mm-hmm.
It's a technical problem. They're working on it, but you know it was really hard to read the writing at the start, so I need to rewatch it on a bigger screen, which hopefully I get to see tomorrow. But yeah, funnily enough, let me explain myself, people. I will eat my hat because I've been slagging off 2050. 2049.
2049, yeah.
2049. I've been slagging this movie off. You know what? I was wrong. It is good. It's a good movie. Still didn't need to be made, but
do you know
it's good.
Do you know there's a game called San Francisco Rush 2049?
No.
yeah. Is it
related?
Do you know
oh no, I remember that
yeah,
on
exactly.
N64,
That's
right?
Yeah.
San Francisco Rush. Oh my god, that's a racing franchise I never thought would be resurrected or brought back in the public consciousness ever. Who'd be talking about those games?
The guy who's directing the Metal Gear movie, he put it up on his Twitter.
What?
He said, this is canon, you need to play this game before you watch it.
I like that guy, man.
He's funny.
He knows what he's talking about. I know you didn't like Kong Skull Island, but I loved it for its dumbness.
It's not that, it's just that movies like that, ever since Cloverfield to me, I've missed a beat. What fascinated me about Cloverfield is it was the perspective that it was done in the sense, we're going to put a spin on the whole what was it called, found footage thing. And I really enjoyed that because it was just different from everything. And then when you brought it back to, I didn't enjoy Godzilla, I didn't enjoy any of the films. That are in that vein. So, but yeah, that's neither here or there. I saw the trailer for Pacific Rim 2. That looks a lot more like it knows what it is. It's having fun. Yeah,
and plus, like what I love about Pacific Rim 2, the trailer. We just saw that, by the way. Jumping into this convo. It looks fun. I loved the first one, by the way, but my only problem with the first one was that everything was shot at night. Like, you couldn't really see the fights as much as I would have liked to. But this trailer, everything's in daylight. They've really, listened, and the action looks great.
Yeah.
The action looks huge in scale. It looks great. I can't wait. I actually am looking forward to Pacific Rim. I think it's the best trailer I've seen this month. Next to Thor Ragnarok, which is probably the movie that I'm really most hyped for to see, back to the original question. But
yeah, I think that's, if there's any film apart from Blade Runner, which I have not seen yet, I'm due to on Friday, I would say that Thor Ragnarok is the trailer just looks so appealing, and Thor's my favourite character as well. in the Marvel universe. So yeah, I'm down for that. 4 is on my to watch list, and also Star Wars Episode 8, obviously, and there's another film coming out.
I really want to see The Snowman.
Yeah, that's coming out soon as well.
Really want to see The Snowman.
Did you see the film The River Wild? Was it The River Wild?
No, I never saw that.
That was the one with Jeremy Renner.
Yeah,
and,
that's right.
I can't remember what's the
Scarlet
Mary
Witch.
Kate and Olsen girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scarlet.
That's it.
I can't remember her name. Yeah. But
Hawkeye and Scarlet Witch made a movie because they were left out of for Ragnarok.
But that film got really good reviews.
Yeah.
And that I really wish I went to see it in the cinema, because it came
We're
out.
still showing it.
Yeah, but again, it came out at a time. It came out like the week before, or the week after.
Oh my god, that was such a good movie.
And so it kind of got overshadowed by what it was, and so it kind of got forgotten. But on that side of things, and again, that answering that question, Thor and Star Wars. I'm sure that I know there's more coming out. I just haven't really done my research. But yeah.
Oh, you forgot Justice League, man.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. I'm curious.
Yeah.
But there's a trailer just dropped for it. We saw it.
I was underwhelmed by it. I know a lot of people are posting online, oh my god, it's amazing, but you know what, I just thought it was more of the same. I think personally I was really hyped from the last trailer. The last trailer, just for me personally, I just felt it gave me what I wanted.
Yeah.
With Steppenwolf, because now I've seen him. I'm like, give me more Steppenwolf, man. I want to see Steppenwolf beat the shit out. I want to see him fight and do some action. We got that bit with him just standing there with his little scepter thing and stuff. I was like, yeah, I want to see him like bring on the filthy and like fuck up everything. If they had that in this trailer, him fucking up things, I'd have been like, oh my god, this is gonna be amazing, because none of them can take him. Yeah, but this kind of thing. So, but like, yeah,
I mean, to me, it looked like a giant Michael Bay film. It was a one big explosion.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a fine trailer. It was a paint by numbers trailer.
One, yeah.
And I can't see any. I mean, there was less of Cyborg. Cyborg looked more like a competent character in this trailer than all the others that he's been in. Clark was there.
He's in the movie. This is all you're gonna get.
And yeah, that's. I'm gonna judge the movie on the movie, because I'm just judging the trailer by what it gave me, and it felt like if Michael Bay's name was on this trailer, I was like, oh, okay, I get this now, I get it, but it's not. So I will only see where this goes when this film comes out. But on another thing, do you guys still have Flatliners?
I don't know.
Because it looks like this film bombed.
Come on, man. I said from day one, why? No one remembers Flatliners. Why would you even remake Flatliners? It's a real dumb thing.
Sure.
Really. It was just like, it was never even a franchise. There was no Flatliners 2. I have no idea why they thought this was a good idea.
Well, from what you just said, that was the perfect idea to reintroduce it, because it's an unknown entity now. It's something that Kiefer Sutherland and all those guys, what were they called? The Brat Pack, or the Rat Pack? I don't remember what they were called. But Kiefer Sutherland, Julia Roberts, Kiefer Sutherland, Julia Roberts, Kevin Bacon. All those guys were big names back then.
Oh yeah, definitely. And they went from big names to no names.
Julia Roberts is still big.
No, I'm talking about in the new
right.
Flatliners.
Oh, okay.
There's a bit like Point Break. less. You know what I mean? Like here's a movie that no one really talks about anymore, but is like deemed a classic to certain heads. Let's put it out there just to get some like brand recognition on a very fucking cheap budget and see if we make any money out of it to be a potential fucking franchise. No, this shit doesn't work. How about they remake shit movies that could have had potential? It worked for Ocean's 11. You got 3 fucking movies out of that. And before any motherfucker try and tell me that the fucking Rat Pack fucking movie was great, you need to shut the fuck up. It was whack. And that was the point why they remade that, because they were like, remakes are always classics. No, we're going to take something that was really shit, that should have been great, and make it. I mean, like, you know what? They should remake fucking films like Dude, Where's My Car?
Why?
Because it was a shit film, had potential, 2 teens with a hangover, can't remember their fucking night out last night, keep it grounded rather than extraterrestrial shit, and then yeah, I don't know what that was, but that wasn't my phone. But anyway, yeah, I don't know, man. I just use that as an example because I remember I watched that film. Yeah, it was funny. It had some jokes in it, but then it just went a bit too crazy with the extraterrestrial shit, and you're just like, well, you could have made a really cool teen comedy, which would have been really funny if you kept it more relatable by keeping it reality based. Seriously, that's what I'd do. And you'd make it on the cheap, get some unknown fucking and a couple of comedians that have just broken out. Boom, there we go. Let's see how much money we made, and then hopefully the star power of the 2 leads that you get is good to have a sequel about when they get blitzed again.
Yeah.
There we go. I've made a little franchise there of fucking stoner movies. Bam.
Well,
but do you see what I mean? Remake a shit film. Don't remake a good film. You know what I mean? A good film's a classic. You know what I mean? Because like, if you're gonna go for obscure stuff that was a hit like 40 years ago or 30 years ago that no one really talks about in the public consciousness anymore, you may as well remake shit films. You know what I mean? You may as well. What's another shit film? Name a shit film, Joe. Let's see if we can spin it. Let's spin remake shit films now.
Name a bad film.
Stop or Your Mum Will Shoot. Stop or Your Dad Will Shoot.
Never seen it.
You've never seen that?
No.
Stop or Your Dad Will Shoot. Have like, I don't know, Sylvester Stallone with, who's the young upcoming Megan Fox? There we go.
No, she's
has been now. That was 10 years ago. But if 10 years ago was Megan Fox, Lindsay Lohan, wherever, she's a cop trying to impress her dad, who she feels such a bumbling kind of fool thing, but it's actually like Sly Stallone as a big twist rather than a girl from the Golden Girls. I fucking know. Like, see, I'm chatting shit. I'm naming dog turd movies now.
I couldn't name you bad films at the top of my head. Maybe Lost in Space.
Lost in Space was
it's a guilty pleasure for me because I grew up with it.
But you know what? It's a bad film, but you know what? Lost in Space has franchise like written all over it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sci-fi, but family, so you can get a really good relatable kind of cast thing going on there. People don't really remember the 60s TV show, or people that do, didn't really grow up on it.
Yeah.
Like now. I could see it. I think there's a TV show at the moment of Lost in Space.
No, not at the moment.
No, did it get cancelled?
I don't think they started shooting it yet.
Oh, okay. Well, I would say that would be cool, because like from that movie, stuff I did like about it was that they made the Doctor really evil.
Yeah.
Like they made fucking Gary Oldman the Doctor for starters, so you already knew something was up.
Yeah.
But like, do you know what I mean? I like that aspect of it,
yeah.
And I think they could have carried it on. And I think no, you know what? Yeah, reboot that. Yeah, reboot that, because no one wants it. No one cares for it.
Yeah.
If it's good, then you know what I mean. At least it would draw people into like a franchise of it. I know anyone that thought that movie was fantastic. You know what I mean? Like I see what you mean by guilty pleasure there, because like it was bad, but it had a cool soundtrack.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it had a fantastic
really
soundtrack. But yeah, man.
But this is what I mean. I think if you're gonna reboot anything, Flatliners was a perfect film to reboot, because it was an unknown entity now. It's you might as well try to use the name and give it some credibility. If they James Wan it, I think it would have that would have been the best way to go, because it's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
That if you went the James Wan route of rebooting things, or is it Blumhouse that's redoing all of these things? If they went that direction with it, I think it would have been a better fit for what they were trying to achieve with that thing. Keep the budget low, go with the formula that works, which is, I guess, psychological horror as opposed to jump scare horror.
Yeah.
And so that's the way I would have gone with it. But hey, I was just curious to see if that film was still out. But
yeah, it's still out.
Clearly, it is, and doing nothing. Okay, so next story is so Matrix sequels, or it's not a reboot. It's a sequel. So
it could be in anything. I mean, like Zach Penn tweeted out, basically cementing the fact that it's not a reboot on his Twitter. He did say to look at the Animatrix for clues and stuff as part of his research prep.
Oh yeah, thing. So he's gonna do the second Renaissance.
Second Resistance.
The second Renaissance.
Renaissance. Okay.
Yeah. So
so
it's going to be set when the Matrix. That's the only reason I'm guessing that is because I was clued in many years ago about something that may or may not have happened at Warner Brothers at the time. So
I think that's something they've always wanted to do. Maybe what the Wachowskis wanted to do, but that's what they've wanted to do, because there's so much scope to play in this universe without rebooting it. And to reboot the Matrix would be a crime, I think.
Yeah.
Regardless what anyone thinks of the sequels, it's just a crime, because that's back to my point. Like, that first movie's a fucking classic. It's not just a classic; it's a fucking classic. It took visual effects to the next phase, the next evolution. There hasn't been an effect now since that has surprised the shit out of
not a practical, because that was a practical effect.
Yeah, that's right.
So. But there's something about these films that I only recently found out, especially Reloaded and Renaissance, and there's that
Revelations.
Revelations. Yeah. Sorry, and this is spoilers. So if you've not seen them, then where the hell have you been? But spoilers anyway. So there's this guy, there's this YouTube guy that has kind of stitched together all the dialogue, everything that was said in all of the films. Up until the end, and he's come to the point that when Neo leaves the Matrix in the first film, he's still in the Matrix. So when he's able to stop the machines, at the end of the second film, he's still in the Matrix, and he has a case for it, because what the architect says to him is that basically, everything is laid out for everyone to either dismiss or take on.
Yeah.
And everything is in the dialogue. Right. All the messaging is in the dialogue. And so when he's able to stop it, he's still in the Matrix. Everyone is still in the Matrix. Everyone is still in the Matrix. So that world outside of the Matrix is still the Matrix. Yeah.
So hang on, wait. He never left the Matrix in the first place.
So that's the whole point. He says there's no, when the architect says that you can't, there's the choice that you have is insequential. So whatever you choose, the same thing will still happen. And he's literally telling him, dude, you're still here. You no matter what you do in here or outside, you're still here. And that blew my mind. I need to watch these films again, and I have recently. And it does.
So at the end, when he dies,
no, he's in the Matrix.
He's still in the Matrix.
Yeah.
So what happened to him?
He's basically in. It's the way the system works.
So it's an ongoing cycle.
Yes.
So he's just gonna like have another dream and be somewhere else then.
Yes. Neo is still alive, or whatever represented that guy as Neo is still there. He's still in the Matrix.
Yeah. But how is that? Okay, visually. Okay, so like, how is that executed visually in the film then?
So again, I can't really give you a full explanation because I'm still trying to build it up in my head to where this guy was going.
Right.
This guy's a YouTuber.
I tell you what. Send his thing on the link below of this thing because this is fascinating.
Yeah.
I want to check this video out.
Yeah,
I'm sure loads of you guys want to check this video out because, like, I'm up for looking at conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
It's in my blood, funnily enough. But anyway, yeah, let's check it out. No, seriously, my dad's like really huge into conspiracy theories. The latest one is mermaids.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Check it out.
But yeah, anyway.
But yeah, no.
But basically, everything in the script, and especially what the architect says, he explains it to you bit by bit. But because of the way his language is, it's not straightforward. And so, again, when you watch the video, it explains bit by bit what's going on.
Right.
And when he stops the Sentinels, that's you're still in the Matrix. You've kind of figured that out. That outside the Matrix, you're still in the Matrix, but he doesn't know that himself.
Right.
He just thinks that he can stop the machines outside of the Matrix. So it's what the AI has done has mind fucked everyone into thinking that the Matrix within the Matrix is the Matrix, and when they're out of it, that's so basically Morpheus is still in the Matrix, and everyone else in that part of the Matrix is still in the Matrix. It's still a thing. It's just that they think they're aware of the system, but they're not. The IA got accustomed to that like 6 versions of the Matrix ago. Right. So that's the system. Right. And you can't beat the system. You can't beat AI, and that's ultimately what those films are about. Right. So it's a lot bleaker than.
As the Lonely Island would say.
You can't throw it on the ground, man.
Throw it on the ground.
But anyway, going back to this, if they're going to do the second Renaissance, I'm guessing we'll get to see that. Yeah. And those versions of the Matrix or whatever, if that's what they definitely are doing anyway. But yeah, man, that made those films relevant to me again in a very different way than I had looked at them before. So yeah. Again, I'll put it in the description. It'll be there when the next podcast goes up. So yeah. Speaking of this, do you think this is a good idea to do this Matrix film?
At the moment, it's very premature. Look, I've got no problem with them doing more Matrix films. I'd much rather, like the Terminator franchise, have the original motherfuckers be the guys that spearhead this stuff.
Yeah, but the original guys have gone loopy.
Yeah, that's great. But the same argument could be said about George Lucas. But you know
Not
what?
really.
Well, whatever. I mean, like, I think regardless, they've only had one misstep with me, and that was whatever the fuck Jupiter Ascending was. No. Even if you broke down Jupiter Ascending, it had a great storyline. It was just the execution. I mean, like, more or less, I was more disappointed in the way the action sequences were shot. I was disappointed that it looked like a Stephen Sommers movie rather than a Wachowski sisters movie. You know, like or the Wachowski.
No, they're both women though.
Yeah, but like, do you know what I mean? Like, I just think their signature wasn't written all over it. And you know what? I'm not really the biggest fan of 2 and 3, but I love The Matrix, and I appreciate 2 and 3 for what they tried to do, and like in terms of like the action sequences and visually as well. But you know, I love fucking Speed Racer, and I liked what was the fucking cop thing they did before this with the 2 lesbians and the Bound, Bound as well, fantastic movie. Cloud Atlas, very ambitious.
Yeah, super ambitious.
Very, very ambitious. But, you know, to have a Matrix film without their involvement scares me a little bit. And the fact that we've got the writer of fucking X-Men 3 and fucking the Fantastic Four and Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer writing this motherfucker, he can get out, man. But he's saying all the nice political bells and whistles here, because at least it's not a reboot. So I'll give you this sack pen. Thank God fucking Josh Whedon chucked his fucking script of Avengers out because that was this is what we're doing, Josh, and he was just like, no, we're not. no, we're not, mate. No, we're not. I see what you want to do. You want to do Mark Miller's thing. Cool. I'll rewrite it because he's doing shit. This isn't barely a script, and I'll Josh Whedon the fuck out of this and make it awesome. And he did. You know what I mean? But Zach Ben still gets credit because he was on the project longer. Yeah. So fuck you, Zach. But like, you know, nice words on Twitter and stuff. Hopefully you don't fuck this up because, you know, Matrix doesn't need a fuck up.
Not really, no.
Not really.
No.
And considering he's the guy now, that scares me. Yeah, all right?
Yeah.
That scares me. I think his resume with both fucking first two fucking Fan 4 movies, yeah, Jessica Alba and shit, yeah, he's responsible for that shit. And X-Men 3, the whole script for X-Men 3, him and Kinberg, fuck them. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Anyway, I've said what I have to say.
Okay. Okay, going on to the next story, and that's Dwayne Johnson.
Why does he look like John Travolta from Battlefield Earth without the fucking dreads there from where I sit?
Okay, let me finish.
Anyway,
Dwayne Johnson and who's the other bald guy?
Vin Diesel? Oh, Jason Statham.
Jason Statham. They're doing a spin-off to the Fast series.
Yep.
And there's another story that is related to this, that Shane Black is interested in directing a spin-off, whether it would be that or something else. But the moment I saw Shane Black's name, I was like, yep, when I originally first saw the story, I said, yeah, whatever. And I saw Shane Black? Okay, yeah, I'm interested. Because he'll make that interesting.
You know what? Shane Black's a crafty motherfucker. I see what he's doing as well. Because you got to understand, yeah, the nice guy's bombed. He's already attached to Predator. And he's like, I'm going to do my Predator movie because, you know, that's a secure thing. This could potentially bomb at the same time. So I'm going to go play with these boys, get the project while I can to get my stock up so I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah,
I love Shane Black. I have confidence in his Predator movie. And if you haven't seen The Nice Guys, you've missed out because it's a fantastic movie. My favourite movie of last year, by the way. But you know what, yeah? Look, the Fast franchise, alright, here's the thing. I'm a loose fan of it, okay? I do enjoy them. I think the past couple have been great. This current one, number 8, I felt it was getting a bit long in the tooth. Kind of thing. They went more. It was already ridiculous already.
Yeah.
And then the minute they did that submarine chase, it was beyond fucking ridiculous. It was like, yeah, this is almost Too Fast, Too Furious territory again.
Right.
You know what I mean? You guys need to rein it back a bit. And I think someone like Shane Black coming up in here will rein it back. Make it fun again. Make it genuinely funny and not just a tough guy script.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you know, I'm in.
Yeah.
And I like the chemistry between
Dwayne Johnson
and Jason Statham in these movies. The last movie, I don't know, because like with the little baby and shit, I don't know, man. It was almost Daddy Daycare again, but with Jason Statham. Yeah, there's a sequence involving a baby, Joe.
Okay.
Yeah, he has to protect the baby, and you know what Jackie Chan does on a regular? It's Jason Statham trying to do it in a Fast movie, and I was like, this feels tonally off. It feels so tonally off.
That's
like,
interesting.
Considering what the Fast movies are, it just felt so tonally off.
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah, okay. Cool story, bro. Literally, just like my mind just like went, cool story, bro, I'm out. What, Helen Mirren? She was a waste. She was trying to be fucking...
Alright, don't spoil the whole film for everyone.
I'm sorry, but like, she was Peggy Mitchell, mate.
Sure, but yeah, I mean, fair enough. But I've not seen the last 2 films myself, so I...
7th one's sweet.
It's not that I'm not interested in watching them, it's just that it's something I can catch later.
Yeah,
it's not... I know exactly what to expect from them, and it's not... there's nothing that's going to shock or amaze me in it. It's fine. I'll catch it. But now that Shane Black's name's in the mix, that's got me. Oh yeah, I'll definitely watch a Shane Black Fast and Furious movie. That would be hilarious.
Yeah,
that would be brilliant. That would be so good to watch.
Maybe we could get Robert Downey Jr. and Val Kilmer up in there.
That'd be interesting, man.
Look, Val needs work, man. Give him some work.
Does he really?
Yeah. What was the last Val Kilmer movie you've seen?
I guess it would have been that Shane Black film that he did.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. That was almost like what, 15 years ago?
I guess so.
He's been in other films, but not like
none that I've seen.
Yeah, not No, he's in a lot of Tony Scott films. He's in Deja Vu.
Yeah, that was before. That was before. That's 2006.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Val needs work. Tom, you best have him in Top Gun 2. I'm just saying.
Yeah, who knows? Even that film, I'm not sure if that's a good idea.
Yeah.
But,
that's the thing, though. Top Gun's very much of its time.
Yeah.
And I think that's the charm about it. So for them to do another Top Gun, I know like people have been wanting a Top Gun 2 and stuff, myself included to a degree. Eventually, there's a window.
Yeah, people think they want a lot of things.
Yeah, like Ghostbusters.
No one really asked for that Ghostbusters.
Yeah, no one did.
But
whoa, I just looked up Val Kilmer right now.
Mm-hmm.
I cried for Val Kilmer, and he's in The Snowman.
Oh wow, okay.
Sometimes you get your wishes.
Okay. Well, there you go.
There we go. The Snowman.
Your prayers have come true.
Another reason to watch it. Michael Fassbender in a cool crime thriller with Val Kilmer in there somewhere. On to the next topic.
The Star Wars trailer hits tomorrow.
That's great.
That's news.
I'd love to talk about that if I could see it today.
Okay, so this is we won't spend too long on this, but I found this hilarious. Paranormal Activity franchise may get a reboot, whatever the hell that means.
So it's going to get a reboot. So they stick a camera in the room and have people go, "Oh shit, my front door keys are missing."
Yeah, I don't understand how you reboot something like Paranormal Activity.
We should do a comedy, Joe. We should just put a video camera up during the podcast and just like be dickheads.
I don't know why they're doing this, but I guess they're cheap to make.
Yeah.
Makes money. But when it was just the one film, it was more pungent.
Yeah.
But then the second film is pretty good as well. The second film's actually really scary. The third film, and that's when I kind of checked out. So I know there's about eight or nine of these films.
Is there 8 or 9?
I don't know. I'm just exaggerating, but
that's usually the case with horror films, though. They kind of like they run its course around the 7th or the 8th movie, then they give it a rest, then they bring it back, and then they decide to reboot it, and then they decide to do a sequel to the reboot, and that flops, and then they reboot it again, and then they do the one in space, and then they do the one in Miami, and then they Then they bring fucking
Jason goes to Miami.
Then they bring fucking what's her face back, who has
Jamie Lee Curtis.
There we go, Jamie Lee Curtis back. For what reason? And then you're like, hang on, which one is this actually carrying on? Oh wait, she's playing the same character from number 1. Oh my god, mind blown. What is this? Oh, it's a remake, but it's not a remake. It's one of those soft reboots.
It's not a reboot. It's a sequel.
It's a sequel.
Yeah, it's a sequel to the first film.
To the first film.
Yeah. So it's basically.
Does it count the other time she's appeared in them? What?
No, it's a sequel to the first film.
The original film.
Sequel to the first film.
So
John Carpenter's doing the music for it and producing it. And Danny McBride is writing it and directing it, I believe.
What?
He's either just writing it or
Danny
directing.
McBride?
Yeah, we talked about this already.
We probably did. I'm just like
Yes, he knows. From what I can see, he knows what he's doing with it.
Okay.
So,
but you get my point with horror. This is just how it is. I'm surprised like Tarantino and Rodriguez never got a load of Dust Till Dawn's. Like,
well, there was a load of Dust Till Dawn.
There was like 2 after the original. I'm surprised they didn't go up to 8 or 9 or 12, but, you know, hey, they got the series, so, you know. Yeah,
I guess so. But yeah, yeah, whatever, man. Let's go for it, Blumhouse. If you can make something out of it, go for it. Right. We've talked about these already. Okay, so Tony Scott is up for playing Wolverine. What do you think?
Tony Scott?
Sorry, not Tony Scott.
Tony Scott? He's
Scott
dead, dude.
Scott Eastwood. Sorry, I saw Scott and I put Tony in front of it.
Scott.
Scott Eastwood is up for playing Wolverine.
Scott, yeah, fantastic choice. I said this like 4 or 5 years ago. He'd be great. And like looks like he thinks he'll be great. And I think make it happen, man. Make it happen. I think there's only one man that could be a better Wolverine than him this generation.
Like his father.
No, Hugh Jackman. This guy called Hugh Jackman. But no, I'm not, because Hugh Jackman's like, I'm not going to do it anymore. He's coming back. But anyway,
you think he's coming back?
I reckon he will. I reckon this is what I honestly reckon will happen, because this is what they are doing. They're doing no Wolverine-centric X-Men movies at the moment. Mm-hmm. Now, they're either going to do two things. They're either going to play it down till they decide, shit, we need him back. Mm-hmm. In which case, I reckon they're going to offer him more money than God. Mm-hmm. And he's still going to say no. Mm-hmm. Or they recast. Or, during that time, he has a load of bad fucking films that flop and tank. Mm-hmm. A bit like Robert Downey Jr. and The Judge. And, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, I'm in relatively good shape and shit, they want me back. And then he plays hardball as long as the script's good. Bam.
But okay, so the unique thing is, I don't think he'll have to be in this shape again, because he won't, depending on what version of the Wolverine.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like, to be honest, Hugh Jackman can just show up in a leather jacket. Yeah. Like he did in First Class, and that it depends what they want to do with the character. I think at this point, X-Men fans would only like him to be in a cameo role, mm-hmm. which is probably all he'd want to do anyway. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So that's really it. In terms of like to what we're talking about at hand, do I think Scott Eastwood could play Wolverine? Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, I can. I mean, like, the character's look was only based on his father. He's like Clone Baby. Just saying. He may be a bit too tall for the character, but, you know, that doesn't stop the movie adaptations. Mm-hmm. Worked with Hugh. You know, people are going to be naysayers, because a lot of people, because you've got to understand, in the comics he's short, like really short, like Tom Cruise real life short. Mm-hmm. Okay, and he's you know, because he's got the sideburns and stuff, he's not really a looker. You know what I mean?
But I don't think that really matters. I think,
but I'm saying like, I'm bringing down to the bare bones what Wolverine is mm-hmm. from the source material. Okay, you know, because I know there's a lot of people that aren't Hugh Jackman fans, that are Wolverine fans. Are like, oh, Hugh Jackman, he's too tall and blah blah blah. It's like, cool, but they're not going to get that guy. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? They're not going to cast like a little midget.
Jessen.
Maybe Tom.
Jessen.
Maybe Tom Cruise if he was up for the role, but like people won't like that either. Jessen. Yeah. Yeah, and then we'll have a race war. Yeah. A race card thing. But Jessen, I know you're listening. He is listening. I would totally direct you as the Wolverine. Just saying.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well,
he does. He listens to all our stuff, man. He really does. He follows us a lot.
Okay,
cool, well, check his stuff out on YouTube.
Whatever happens to with this, I agree with you. I still think Hugh Jackman can still play Wolverine, but it's a matter of if he wants to or not. And
I think Sam Hyman should play Wolverine. Who? He's little. My little guy.
Wait. So, when you said you look good,
he'll be the Jewish Wolverine.
I was about to say you're definitely having a stroke now. Your little guy, and then okay, yeah. Okay, cool.
For those that don't know, to fill you in, The Little Guy is a short series that I've made. It's up on my YouTube. Check it out.
And that was an official plug by Sacha Allari Productions.
Yes. Also another plug. If you guys need photography skills, check out my friend Bill El Sarif at Bill El Sarif Photography. There we go. Little plug for Bilal.
Cool.
He asked me one time, could you plug my photography? I was like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. And I kept saying it. The only reason why I did is because you said cool plug, Sash. I was like, oh yeah, shit, Bilal. Bilal, I know you're not listening to this, but I did what you told me to.
I don't think there's anything in this for Bilal to really grab onto.
I know. But you never know. Some people might want like photographers for their weddings and stuff, and he does everything.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, okay, on to the next piece of news. X-Men spin-off recruits Pirates of the Caribbean director.
Which one?
I don't know. I know there's two of them. But
so they've got a director for Gambit?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it doesn't. So who've we got this week?
This week on who's
John Moore,
directing...
please.
Oh, Gore Verbinski.
What? Gore Verbinski?
I thought it was the last character.
Yeah, so did I. Gore Verbinski?
That's a weird choice.
That is a very weird choice. Well, I'll tell you what. The action sequence will go on for at least 5 hours. That's a given. It's gonna be double the action of the Lone Ranger's fucking train chase. Triple the excitement of fucking Pirates 2's fucking pass the parcel on the fucking islands.
But yeah, I mean, considering how much Logan was made for and how much money Logan made,
Yeah.
I don't think, and going back even further, Deadpool,
Yeah.
they were made on small budgets.
Do you know who I think should direct Gambit? Steven Soderbergh.
Okay.
As a heist movie. I've pimped this before. Make it a heist movie.
I do not disagree with you.
Make it like Ocean's 11's, but with mutants. Steven Soderbergh. It would be amazing.
You'll make it on budget as well.
Yeah,
so.
make it on budget. Make it like a proper heist movie. Make it that like Gambit is being used because he's a thief, etc. And they put him with a team of other mutants, and it's a heist movie, and they've got to steal a fucking object and shit, and then there's stuff from his past. Put Sinister in there, and like, you know, there's stuff with
something from the X-Mansion.
No, not from the X-Mansion. No, just have it government shit or something.
I'm joking.
And then like obviously have him do his Danny Ocean thing where he just wants to like be by himself and like chat fit women and shit. I don't fucking know. Like, just make it a heist movie. Seriously, that'll excite me. That would. Make it just like fucking, you know, Days of Future Past when they raid the fucking White House. Not White House, the Pentagon. The Pentagon, where they break Magneto at the Pentagon. That kind of flavour. You know what I mean? Because that really works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sorry.
I was like, wow, I can't babble for that long, man. I had the point, I found the end, and normally I go on, but you just like.
Yeah. So I was reading the article.
Oh, you're reading the article. Okay.
So when you were talking, I was partially listening to what you're saying, but reading the article as well. Considering where they want it to go, but yeah, I would not have chosen Gore Verbinski, and I think your idea is pretty good as well.
Yeah.
But I'm not buying Channing Tatum as Gambit.
I'm not buying Channing Tatum as Gambit. You know what? If he's still attached, wow. Do you know people who I think would make a cool Gambit?
The guy who played them the last time.
Yeah, the guy who played them the last time, even though he was in a crap movie, I felt Tyler Kitsch was really good.
Oh yes, Tyler Kitsch.
Kitsch. What's that? Personally though, other people I think would be good. Benicio del Toro, if you wanted someone older. Even if you wanted someone older, fucking Brad Pitt. Straight up. That honestly, I think they'd be really good. But no, Tyler Kitsch, perfect. I thought he played the character well for those short scenes that he did play Gambit for. Mm-hmm. I just had a problem with Gambit being in the Wolverine movie. Yay.
Well, I mean, I don't know if this will ever get off ground, but
you know what I actually forgot about? You know when you said the Gambit movie, for a split second I had this thing like, shit, they're making a Gambit movie, and then I remembered, and I even forgot the fucking this guy was involved in it.
Yeah.
It's just such a non-entity, man.
Yeah,
because they haven't mentioned anything about it for so long.
Well, that's. I guess this is what I mean because of those the last two films, the last two Fox films that were comic book movies that they were made for low budget and made bank. So it's that's the way to go now. I mean, even that's the way films should be made anyway. Trying to get the lowest budget you can and get the best out of that budget that you can for that works for the story. But anyway, okay, so Kevin Smith says Dogma 2 will never happen. Whoever's seen this film should know that there is technically a sequel to that film, which is called James Silent Bob Strike Back. So yeah, it's already been done. So I don't know who asked him that question, but it's stupid. Okay, so I had another few stories up here, which I can't find. Keanu Reeves is teasing Bill and Ted 3 plot details. Not sure if that's still ever going to get made, but
look, this is what I don't understand. Yeah, this is what I don't understand. We get sequels like fucking Flatliners and Point Break and RoboCop reboots, and no one wants to fucking do a Bill and Ted 3. What the fuck?
Well, just
call it Bill and Ted's Radical Ride. The new kids on the blocks will be like, what the hell is this? We don't understand. They wouldn't even see a 3 in the title. They'll just be like, okay, Bill and Ted. Oh my god, it's got Keanu Reeves. Let's go check it out. Oh my god, this is like, I don't get it. It's got full of 80s references. Maybe it's good.
It's equally as absurd.
Yes.
Why do a Bill and Ted 3?
Because...
It's equally.
People want it. People want Bill.
That doesn't mean that's no reason to make any film.
Oh, we're playing it like that, are we? Okay.
I could want a film. Is that a reason to make a sequel to something?
Well, here's the thing. They've always said they wanted to make a Bill and Ted 3 since way back in the day, and that's why I want to see a Bill and Ted 3, to see them as old people and the song not actually get made, because that's what they said back when Bogus Journey was like on press tours. They said they wanted to do it when they're old and fucking wrinkly and shit. Mm-hmm. I think now's the perfect time to do it. But no one wants to fund it. Oh well.
Well, I mean, either way, I think it will happen eventually. This is what Keanu Reeves is saying. We're trying. There's a script out there. We're just trying to get it made. Show business thought. Show business though, it's a contrary tale. They're supposed to save the world, but when they see them, they haven't saved the world, and they're married and they have kids and they're playing to nobody, but they have to write a song and face the music. Hopefully we'll make it before hopefully they'll make it before Keanu Reeves is 60. So I like the premise that.
Well, that's the same premise they've been saying.
Sure, but just seeing them now, we've got to write this track, man, and consider what's going on in the world right now.
Yeah.
It'll be so much more pungent. That hey, man, we've got to write this song. We got to get off our asses, write this song that's going to save the world.
Yeah.
And they need to do this now.
Yeah.
It would so make a good film right now. Just seeing what's going on in the world, as I said earlier, is. Well, I guess whenever they make it, but again, I don't think anyone's crying out for this. So, and you'd have to re-educate everyone on what Bill and Ted was. So, let's go there. Dead air. I don't know what Satch is doing at the moment, but I will continue. Okay, so what else have we got?
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, you're back, are you?
I was always here.
No, you weren't, because I was kind of asked you something and you didn't say a word.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so Sonic the Hedgehog goes to Paramount. Any thoughts?
No.
Fair enough.
Well, again, if Paramount can make a film out of Sonic the Hedgehog, I mean, I know they couldn't do it with Mario. So
Wasn't Tim Miller attached to that as producer?
I think so.
Well, that gives me kind of hope. Tim Miller's Deadpool. I like him and Blitz Studios. Blitz Studios have a long history with video games and their actual cutscenes, so they kind of know what they're doing. Let's just hope the script's good.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, again, Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yeah, I've got no faith in that. Not if it's done by Sony Animation Studios.
No, I'm just talking about the original.
Oh, the original? Oh,
yeah.
God, yeah, that was bad. That was bad. You know what was so bad about that? Yoshi. The fact that piece of shit came out the same year as Jurassic Park.
Oh, yeah, it did, didn't it?
Completely fucking wow.
Oh, well. Better luck next time with whatever Sonic turns out to be. But at this point, yeah, his appearance in Wreck-It Ralph was
good enough.
Good enough. Yeah. So good luck to Paramount on trying to make that something.
Yeah.
Kasuna. Okay. It looks like Martin Campbell. I mean, this is common news to us. He said Martin Campbell would come back to direct Bond if they were recasting the character or the actor. So it's just as you said, he comes back for reshaping the world of Bond.
Yeah. He said that. He said that many times over, because he keeps getting asked back. He keeps getting told by various people whenever he does a film. They're like, "When's your next James Bond movie?" And that's how he feels about Bond as the character. He wants to be the guy that introduces the new Bond, basically. Yeah. He's done so successfully with 2 films now, GoldenEye and Casino Royale. Yeah, I've got no problem with him as a director when it comes to Bond, because he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
I wasn't the biggest fan of Casino Royale. Like, I thought it was okay, but like that's not his fault, because he was just doing what
his world building.
Yeah, he was world building, which I felt he did well in that term, but again, he was just doing whatever they wanted him to do, you know? But GoldenEye is a fucking classic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It stands well, they're all classics, man. Like Royale, even though I don't like it, other people do. And it is one of those classic Bond films now, because people still talk about it. And, he's a competent director, and, except for with Green Lantern, he didn't know what the fuck he was doing there. But, like... You know what I mean? Like, Edge of Darkness was good with Mel Gibson. What I didn't know about Edge of Darkness, though, which I found out recently, was that's a remake of his own work.
Oh, really?
He did a BBC miniseries called The Edge of Darkness.
Right.
And he basically turned that into a movie.
Right.
And he wrote and produced that for the BBC. And he directed a few of the episodes. And, he just remade it with Mel Gibson and nobody saw it.
Yeah.
Then he went and did Green Lantern.
Oh.
Yeah. But no, Martin Campbell back for Bond, cool. I'm there. When he comes back, so will the new Bond. So we'll see what happens.
Okay. Could you tell me on to another story? Well, it's not really a story. Who is Silk?
Silk?
Yeah. Will Silk appear in the Avengers Infinity War?
I'm not too sure.
Okay. Oh, well, that kills that question.
I'm not too sure who Silk is.
Okay, well, he seems like a Marvel character, Spider-Man-esque.
Yeah.
I'll guess we'll find out. Anyways, I think that's kind of it. Okay, what do you make of Netflix raising their prices?
It's gonna happen, wasn't it? That's literally all I got to say, man. They're making all these TV shows and stuff. I guess they're trying to get more money out of people to pay for the productions and stuff. They're like, you want to see this stuff, so you need to pay for it. So we're raising the subscriptions. That's great, man.
Okay.
I think there's a bubble that's about to burst. Like you said a few weeks ago.
Everyone and his dog wants to have a subscription service streaming.
Service. And it's just kind of like, okay. The cool thing about Netflix when it first started, everything was in one place. You know? And that's why I like Netflix. I generally do like Netflix. I use it all the time. Like, all the time. Like, if I miss it in cinema, 9 times out of 10 it goes straight to Netflix or Amazon Prime, and I'll check it out there. But, you know, there are certain films which I wish was still on the Netflix subscription service. Like, when they had all the Marvel movies on there, I used to rinse that.
That's all gone
That's all gone now. Like, there's still Marvel movies on there, but it's not the same. And, like, they had the Clone Wars on there for a real long time, and, you know, I hadn't seen them all, and I caught up with that. They're not there anymore. You know, cheers, Disney. Yeah, we'll have to see, man.
Well, the intrinsic problem, again, I don't want to go into the debate of this again. The intrinsic problem with this is that everyone's going to want a piece of the pie now. I mean, Warner Brothers, it looks like they might do something, and so may Fox. And so, how much is anyone willing to pay for like 5 or 6, 7 subscription services?
Yeah,
that's coming out of your account. If that's like, let's say $10.99 coming out of your account every month, and you've got 4 of these accounts, it's a lot of money, man. So it's I'm not sure if it's original content, then yeah, maybe it is worth it, or maybe not. I don't know, but considering that I mean, the way they're raising their prices, they're doing it in specific tiers. They're doing it so if you've got just the SD only plan, it's going up to $7.99. If you've got HD, if you just want HD 1080p stuff, that's going up to $10.99. 4K stuff is $13.99. So and that's dollars. I don't know how much it is in the UK, but I don't know if that's. I mean, the whole reason for people going onto this service, because you didn't have to pay like a Sky subscription, or in the UK it would be Sky or whatever, or Virgin or something like that, and
now you may as well just get a Sky subscription.
I mean, it's kind of getting blurred a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I vowed. Yeah, not that I vowed never to have Netflix, but
it's just not there yet to where you'd like it to be.
No,
because like if it was streaming like 4K all the time, and our internet service was the shit like it is in other countries, then it'd probably be more for someone like yourself, where I know where picture quality is basically what you're after in a film, picture and sound. Which should be what everyone's after, but hey, people like to watch shit on their phone. I don't know about those people, but they're funny. But do you know what I mean? Like, if you're going to pay that money, you want to have it in 4K. You want to have it in the best optimum quality that the as the director intended. And
it's. I mean, it's again.
It's just not there for you.
It's not for me. I mean, I have a subscription to Amazon, which I have not paid for, but Amazon gave it to me. So it's not something that if it's gone, then it's gone. But there's a few things that I watch on it. I would say the picture quality on these streaming sites can be very good when you have a good internet connection, but when you don't, you see the cracks. But either way. They're raising their prices. Let's see what happens in the future. On that note, Man Moffat. This site likes to have a lot of non-stop Star Wars news.
It's most sites.
Star Wars. Mon Mothma prepared to surrender to Empire.
Say what?
This is what I mean. It's What does that mean?
Oh, I want to read that, but like, but that sounds like clickbait.
It's precisely, and it's like, I mean, it's like saying, "Hey, man, Luke Skywalker may not want to be a Jedi anymore."
Yeah.
Okay. Where are you getting this information? Is it speculation or is it information?
Yeah.
So it's, I don't know. American Good Star casting. Oh, first man. Okay. I don't think there's any more relevant news to go on here. Ghostbusters animated movie is told from the ghost perspective even. No comment on that.
Nope.
Brie Larson shows off Captain Marvel. Oh, Jesus Christ. Venom. Black Panther production designer reveals Blade Runner inspiration. Okay, yep. There's a lot of fake news here. Yep. Oh, okay. Jackie Chan confirms Rush Hour 4 is happening. Jackie Chan confirms that Rush Hour 4 is moving forward again, and that he hopes to begin filming with Chris Tucker sometime in 2018.
Yeah, I think that all down to Chris Tucker, because the guy's been out of movies for so long. I mean, yeah, he's done the odd project here and there, but he's not really up for being a movie star anymore. At least that was the case before Rush Hour 3. They convinced him to come back for Rush Hour 3. Mm-hmm. And he hasn't really done anything since Rush Hour 3. To be fair,
he did that film with
Ang Lee, briefly. I think it came out this year or last year. It was very under the radar.
Oh, I wasn't even talking about that one. I was talking about the one with Robert De Niro and Silver Linings Playbook.
There we go. Yeah, there was that one as well.
He was actually really good in that.
Yeah, he was, man. He was.
He needs to. I think he should do more drama films.
Yeah.
Than anything.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, to be quite honest, he started off in independent pictures, and a lot of the time he was more the comic relief kind of element,
mm-hmm.
and like he's a likable actor.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I mean, like, to be honest, he's rumored to be in the next Friday movie, because they're going to do Last Friday.
Oh, really?
Who knows whether that's going to be the last one, but, like, that's cool. But, I mean, like, in the past 10 years, literally the past 10 years,
mm-hmm.
Silver Linings Playbook and Billy Lynn's Long Halftime Walk, which was the Ang Lee one I was talking about,
mm-hmm.
and that's it. The only 2 projects he has lined up is Last Friday, and that's rumoured, and Rush Hour 4. And then before Rush Hour 3, he did 2 music videos.
Mm-hmm.
One with Michael Jackson for You Rock My World, with Marlon Brando. I don't know if you remember that music video. And then you don't remember the music video with Marlon Brando, Chris Tucker. So this is the story how it goes. Rush Hour 2 comes out,
mm-hmm.
and what is the biggest Michael Jackson moment in Rush Hour 2? He's singing what song is he singing?
Oh, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough.
There we go. Don't stop till you get enough. He's singing that, etc. Does the moves, bing, bing, bang, bang. You're out. Movie comes out. He gets a phone call from Michael Jackson, and Michael Jackson's like, "Hey, Chris, what's up?" He's like, "Hey, what's up?" He goes, "It's Michael Jackson," and then he's like, "Get the fuck out of here." He's like, no, it really is Michael Jackson. I loved your movie, by the way. It's awesome. Took the kids to see it. Really, really, really enjoyed it. There's one problem with it. Is what? Goes, you did it with the wrong foot. He's like, huh? Goes, come around to Neverland. We'll chill. Blah blah blah. I'll show you how to do it properly. So he became friends with Michael Jackson. They got on so well that he was like, do you want to be in my new music video? And so there's a music video. I've forgotten the name of the song.
You Rock My World.
You Rock My World, and it's right in front of me. So in You Rock My World, it actually starts off, they go to like a gangster's club. The gangster is Marlon Brando. They
didn't
go to
know
his
that.
club. And then it's him and Chris Tucker. They decide to go in there, go have a drink or something, and then he sees an attractive woman. Well, obviously she's part of the gangsters' malls or whatever. And then shit goes down, and Michael Jackson and Chris Tucker got to dance their way out, beating up gangsters and shit. So yeah.
Okay.
But that's how he got into You Rock My World. But if you think about it, he hasn't really done that much movies since the Rush Hour series, because he did Mariah Carey, Michael Jackson, 2 music videos. He did Rush Hour 2, and then his movie before Rush Hour 2 was Rush Hour 1.
Nice.
And then before Rush Hour 1, we got like loads of movies that we all know, like Money Talks, the Friday movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's never really been someone that's like... Rush Hour put him on the map at a point where he exploded.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he'd just done The Fifth Element, and Money Talks was kind of like his own thing. And he was also in Jackie Brown. So there's quite a lot of movies there. And then you do Rush Hour 2, 2 years later, fresh off that, and his comedy stuff still going on, and him doing TV appearances. And then he just ghosts. Just ghosts like Swayze, gone into the ether. And then Rush Hour 3 comes out, like, what, about several years later? Several years later. That's like almost 17 years later when he was, like, all over the place. 17 years, really, because Rush Hour 3 was a blip. You know what I mean? It was like a quick blip. Remember these guys? And they're still quite relevant-ish. You know what I mean? Ish, because he's a larger-than-life actor, and Jackie Chan's just a fucking legend. You know what I mean? So... like, you know what? I'm shocked that they haven't done 5 of these Rush Hours. I'm also shocked that Brett Ratner, who said this during Rush Hour 1, and it's on the DVD, he would... look, their chemistry was so good in Rush Hour that I'm surprised that they weren't the next Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor.
Interesting.
No, in terms of...
That's a high bar.
No, that is a high thing, but hear me out. In the fact that you could take both of them, have that same chemistry, and just put them in something that wasn't Rush Hour.
Right.
Does that make sense? That makes better sense there. Because I think they have a lot of good chemistry, and that's what makes those movies work. I mean, like, hardcore Jackie Chan fans like myself and Imran Yusuf, who's probably my Jackie Chan guy, we just, like, you know what I mean, like, we have little nitpicks being, the choreography's not as good because it's exactly the same as what we saw in Project A and Armour of God and stuff, but the light version. But what makes Rush Hour great was that it was just generally a great script. You know what I mean? Or at least the first 2 movies anyway. Third one I actually watched today, funnily enough, because of this Rush Hour 4 news. Like, I saw it up on Netflix. I was like, yeah, I'll give it a go. So I watched it. And look, Rush Hour 3's funny, but it's, you know, a little bit, you know, it's not the best one. It's like, not the best one.
The only thing I remember that is when they're in the dojo.
Oh man, that's one of the best scenes.
Yeah, it's very old school Hollywood writing for miscommunication.
Yeah, totally. But then that's that whole movie.
yeah, I guess so. But yeah, I've got no problem with them doing a Rush Hour if it happens. I'm fascinated. If the trailer sells me, I'll go watch it.
Well, that's just it. If the trailer's funny and it sells on the funny, people will come and see it. The only thing is, motherfuckers best do it now because Jackie ain't getting any younger. You know what I mean? Like
Simon West.
No, Jackie.
Oh, Jackie. Okay.
Yeah.
His film The Foreigner's coming out soon. I'm fascinated to see what that's about.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know what? Everyone's like, oh my god, Jackie Chan finally in a serious role. That's great.
He's been in a serious role he's done serious roles
but
before.
That's what I'm trying to say, though.
Oh, okay.
Like, people that don't know Jackie Chan films, they're like, oh my god, have you seen The Foreigner? Oh my god, it's like fucking Taken, but like Jackie Chan. It's like, wow, that's a really dumb thing to say, because it's Jackie fucking Chan, who's in loads of fucking martial arts films. If you want to see a serious Jackie Chan movie, watch The Shinjuku Incident, which came out probably about 10 years ago. That's serious Jackie Chan. That's such a good fucking movie. Seriously, and that's not him like doing his normal comedy like, I want no trouble. There's just sorry, it's just, you know what, I
that's
saw Pablo
racist.
No, it was, but I was trying to do Pablo Francisco.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah, sorry, I do apologise. I've actually, funnily enough, saw Pablo Francisco. I introduced my friend Travis to it.
Yeah.
It's just so funny.
Yeah, he's I mean, he's still Pablo Francisco still does stuff now. I saw him last week. He did another show somewhere.
Oh yeah,
and he's got a whole bunch of new. He's evolved a little bit.
Oh really? I need to see his new stuff because I can only find his old stuff online. But
He's gone the way that Dave Chappelle has done his stuff now. So I think he gets people to put phones in bag, and so you can't film it, and it ends up online, and so yeah.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
But yeah, when he's done these TV appearances, he does like a little bit of his stuff.
Yeah, okay.
And he's evolved a little bit. So he's still funny, but he's just wow, he's doing this now. Freaking hell, it's interesting.
Yeah, I used to love Pablo Francisco, but no, back to Jackie Chan. Yeah, I mean, look, whenever Jackie's in a movie, I'm just generally there, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, whatever he does next, I'm usually up for. Depending if it's released or if it's not released. So we'll see where it goes. Okay. Spawn reboot will pull off a low budget superhero film or whatever. There's nothing here. Queen's Estate denied Star Wars film request. Okay. Oh, okay. Here's interesting news. So, they're making a Vince McMahon biopic film.
Yeah.
So Bradley Cooper has been looks like he's got the shut up. if he can pull that off, just the voice. No, I'm not here to tell you what I'm doing. Shut up! You're fired! And then he's got to do the strut and all the cliches.
Oh my god!
Of Vince McMahon.
I don't know, man. I really don't know. We'll have to see. You know what it is, because the dude's still alive, right?
Oh yeah.
He's still alive.
I mean, he made an appearance a couple of weeks ago.
He's still a fucking force in wrestling, man, and like
he's a character and a half.
I know. Bradley Cooper. I think Bradley Cooper can do it in his sleep.
Yeah, definitely.
In his fucking sleep, but.
No,
of course he can. Have you seen him do impersonations of fucking actors?
Yeah, I have actually, yeah.
Oh my god, his Christopher Walken one is fantastic. It's like, no, seriously, Joe, you need to watch this Christopher Walken.
I've seen his Christopher Walken.
Oh my god, man, it's so funny. He just, but like, he sold.
Yeah, I'm sold as well.
I just convinced myself just there.
The more I hear about this film, the more I'm sold by it. It's just like, yeah, of course, do a Vince McMahon biopic would be freaking awesome. That's just a brilliant idea.
Have you seen? Sorry, go on.
Go on.
No, I was going to change topic entirely.
That was it.
Like,
I was done.
Okay, sorry. Have you seen the trailer to Gotti?
To who?
Gotti.
Gotti.
No, Gotti, the gangster. There's like about loads of films about this guy. Anyway, this new trailer came out start of the week. It's about the rise of Gotti. I've forgotten his actual name, but that's his surname. He's a gangster.
British, American?
No, American gangster. It's basically his rise to power and where he is now as an old man and stuff. And this film has been in development on and off for years, over a decade now, with John Travolta as the lead. Kind of thing.
Oh.
And it finally hit, and you know what? I'm fucking in. I'm actually fucking in.
That was the John Travolta trailer, right? Yeah. I have seen it.
It looks good. I think it looks good.
I'm apprehensive because there's one thing with
Travolta.
With Travolta films. They either go one of two ways.
I'll pour it down.
I mean, it could be really good, or it could be really cheesy.
Yeah.
And I just remember some Travolta films that he's been in, and wow, cheese! You could create a whole factory with the cheese that comes out of those films.
Political.
I'm apprehensive.
Right.
At best.
Okay.
But I see where you're coming from with that enthusiasm, but I don't know.
I really want it to, because you know what, he's been out of the game for a while, man, and
No, he did that TV series with David Schwimmer, which was awesome.
Oh yeah, the OJ one. But you know what, that was awesome because of a lot of the other talent in that film. Yeah. Even though Travolta produced it, because he's the one that got it made. Yeah. Even though he was in it. He's kind of a non-entity. He's been upstaged,
but
left, right, and centre.
Sure. But that doesn't. The character that or the guy that he plays is actually like he plays him that guy because watching that guy talk. So, no, there's no way he can be this zany. Oh, he is this zany.
Yeah.
Wow, that's it just seems like everyone that was around O.J. Simpson around that time was zany.
Yeah.
It's full of zany characters.
It was full of yes men.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That wanted him to fucking get off and like, oh my God. You know what? That thing was fascinating because you know what? I would watch that. I watched that start of this year, I think it came out.
Yeah, start of the year.
Start of the year. I'd watch that and I'd have YouTube next to me and I'd be YouTubing the actual events.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what happens with most of these like biopics. It was the same when I watched Jackie with Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
Actually YouTube some of the things.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And like, you know, they were really, really...
Spot on,
but Robert Shapiro, yeah, he did a really good job, and like, man, the guy that played Johnny Cochran,
yeah,
that guy stole the whole fucking show.
He
stole
was
the
good.
whole fucking show. That guy needs to be in more things.
I actually like when I first saw David Schwimmer in it.
Schwimmer was good.
Yeah, he was good.
He was good
because he wasn't.
Yeah.
Immediately when you see David Schwimmer, you think Ross.
Yeah, he wasn't Ross.
But after a few minutes, okay, cool, yeah.
You know what? David Schwimmer is so underappreciated because you know what? Yeah, Band of Brothers.
Oh, he was an arsehole in that.
I know,
he was
right?
a really good arsehole in that.
He was, man, Band of Brothers, man. Yeah.
good show.
Good show. Great show.
Okay, well, if Bradley Cooper gets this role for Vince McMahon, I mean anyway, but that's cemented it. And if Tom is listening to this, I know you like Vince McMahon, Tom. So I'm really want to know what you think about that. If you are happen to be listening, but yeah, I think that's about it. Really, there's not really much more to go on here. Yeah, I think that's it. There was one more thing that I want to say. Ridley Scott was asked about the Alien franchise at I think he was at a Q&A session for Blade Runner 2049, and it looks like they're moving ahead with the next film, but it's going to concentrate more on AI and the engineers, and it'll be less of the element of putting the alien front and center. So
it's basically a spin-off.
No, it's
just set in that universe. Because if it's not about the aliens, then it's not an alien movie. Then it's more
not
about David.
Yeah, that will. These films aren't supposed. They are sequentially supposed to be about the alien, but it's supposed to be about creation. About why was that ship there, and that's what we're gonna get. And that's what I want to. I'm more interested in the creation part of it, really, and the engineering part of it, as opposed to I know what the alien is, I know what it's supposed to do, I know that horror element of it. I want to know the other side of that. I want to know. I want to understand more about the engineers and these things called the alphas or whatever that may be. And so I'm fascinated to where he's going with it. People don't seem to see this, but he's pushed the boundaries of what that universe is, and so instead of just being a horror film, it could be something. You don't even need to watch any of these films. You could watch the rest of the Alien franchise without having watched the Prometheus or Alien Covenant or whatever. You can watch them, and I think you could watch them in any order you wanted, really. But in terms of expanding what I think is just like a footnote in something that could be potentially a lot bigger, him introducing the engineers and what that culture is and why they do what they do is I find more fascinating. That black goo is supposed to be like really advanced AI. It's just okay, well, it just changes your molecular structure into something else. Right. And I find that fascinating. That fascinates me more than the actual creature itself. It's David himself being AI is trying to create his version of what he thinks that creature should be.
Right.
And that's another thing that fascinates me. If AI is creating, if we create AI and AI is creating something that it thinks should be superior, that's scary. that's scary in my eyes anyway.
Yeah.
Because you see it in the film. It's potentially something that could destroy anything very quickly. So yeah, man. Whatever Ridley Scott does with it, it's going to spin back into the end of the first Alien film, and whatever Fox wants to do with it after, it's not going to ruin any of the other films. It's just that, okay, well, this is what happened before V426.
Yeah.
There you go. You take it or leave it. But I want him to finish it off. I'm fascinated to see what happens at the end of it, and what if they decide to reintroduce Neil Blomkamp's idea of finishing that off. But for me now, I don't really care about Sigourney Weaver's character anymore.
Yeah.
It just in terms that you can go anywhere with this universe now.
Right.
Even if Sigourney Weaver's alive, it's just one. Okay, well, these creatures called what we call alien or xenomorphs. Yeah, that happened, and they either come to Earth or they don't come to Earth. But I think it's a smaller footnote now into a bigger universe. So yeah, let's see what happens. And on that note, end of the show. Satch, where can we find you?
You can find me on SatchMan3 on Twitter, and check my YouTube channel out, Sacha Allari, and yeah.
Okay, and you can find this podcast on YouTube, Stitcher Radio, SoundCloud, and iTunes. And so, if you're listening to this on YouTube, just give us a subscribe, like the video, share it. That would be great. That would be awesome. And if you're listening on Stitcher, just give us a star rating. And same with iTunes, just give us a rating. Just like the video. Like the sound file. And yeah, that's about it. I'm still trying to get guests on. I don't know who to. It'd be poignant to get. I would like to get Neil back on. If I could.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Neil, if you're listening, which I know you are.
Yeah.
Get to the chopper.
I want his
take on Justice League.
Yeah, just on where things are going, with where the universe is going and whatnot. So yeah, it'd be good to get Neil back on. And yeah, that's it, guys. Have a good rest of the weekend, or whenever you're listening to this, or weekday, week evening. And we will see you again next time. This has been the Zedos Game podcast, and we are out.